Hi Jamie, how's it going?
I'm good. Uh,
How have you enjoyed DrupalCamp London 2018?
yeah, it's been really good. I've been here a few years now. It's been quite fun. It's like really fun meeting like the same people each year and catching up on where everything's going. And there's been quite a lot of energy through different ideas. We've been working on this GDPR stuff for a while, so it's been quite cool to meet face to face with other people interested in the same kind of stuff.
Cool. Would you like to introduce yourself and what you do, please?
Okay, my name's Jamie. I work at FreelyGive, and we focus on native Drupal CRM. We've been working with a bunch of charities and a couple of corporate clients that do this. And we're a very small agency, but we started growing recently. And GDPR has been one of our focuses because so much of our clients care about this.
Awesome. And how long have you been involved in Drupal?
I think we've been involved in Drupal. Well, the CRM stuff we did started in DrupalCon London or DrupalCon Croydon 2011. So we've been doing it for quite a while, focusing on that kind of thing. We got involved in Drupal just a couple of years before DrupalCon, but really on the edges of when Drupal 6 was around, just seeing what it could do and learning about it. So we only really started doing stuff after 2011.
Cool. I think you said earlier in the GDPR buff that you're not necessarily a developer. What is your skill set?
I suppose my skill set is, well, in our agency, my business partner is a developer, and we've been working together, but just for fun, really, since I was about 16, he was 17. And one of our other programmers, I lived with him, another one, we sort of trained him up when he was 14 years old, and again when I was 16. So my role has sort of been bringing the developers together. And I've always been more of like a software architect, so a lot of the ideas, how those things are put together, the way that we've architected a Drupal-based CRM and why we think our CRM architecture is better than a lot of proprietary CRM systems out there will come from me and my thinking. But I've never actually, not since I was 16, done any actually writing any code. I started in Drupal reading the issue queues, so I spent a good 3-4 hours a day going through the critical issues and just reading all the comments. I tried to keep up on that as Drupal 7 came out. So I spent a lot of time learning how programmers think and speak and talk. I used a lot of my knowledge there to help our little team of people just coming out of university and starting up to move forwards.
Amazing. And in terms of the work you're doing with CRM, how is that relating to the work you're currently doing on GDPR?
Most of our clients on our CRM system are using Drupal 7 at the moment, and one aspect of GDPR is the fines you get from data breaches are a bit higher and a bit scarier. So a lot of our clients are wanting to move to a place where they can have a subscription model where they can be ensured that their software is up to date all the time. Whereas at the moment on Drupal 7, people can be a bit more relaxed, or we found our clients have been happy with being a bit more relaxed. So moving to Drupal 8, in order to make it financially viable, we felt that using a lot of automated testing and generally Drupal 8's architecture with all the plugins and object-oriented stuff has made it a lot nicer to keep things updated, keeping a simple single-place platform with most of our code and it's sort of linking to everything else. So I think security has been the big driver to move to Drupal 8. And GDPR has spearheaded that and has released a lot of the budgets. A lot of people have been prepared to pay a lot more money on Drupal 8 on GDPR than just upgrading to Drupal 8 generally.
Awesome. So there's a GDPR module out there. What are your experiences with it and what are your plans with it?
Yeah, so the GDPR module, my understanding is the main maintainers of it is a company called Brainsome. And we've been chatting to them recently about some of our ideas. So our experiences have been fine. It's very much in its infancy. A lot of the ideas are really just starting off. Surprisingly, even though GDPR is quite a big deal for a lot of people, there hasn't been a great deal of noise in the Drupal community about it. So in the BOF today we've outlined a lot of our plans for it, and in the issue queues you'll be able to see a meta issue about the features for business applications that show the plans that we have for it. But we're hoping to take what is currently there with the GDPR module and really push it so that at an API, almost an API-like level, it does a lot more of the things that a techie needs. And then also we're hoping to build a lot more dashboards and reports for data protection officers who are sort of more techie than your average member of staff, but not as techie as a developer. We're hoping to build that up so there's a single place where a DPO can go to see all the things they need to know regarding GDPR and be on top of things.
Excellent. Some of the experiences that you've had with people outside of Drupal and development, in terms of trying to find out more around legislation and law and processes, what have your experiences been with that?
Incredibly positive. I mean, Reddit, the GDPR subreddit, is unbelievably amazing. Every single time I've had a question, I've posted it there. There have been people who have been very keen on replying, and they put a lot of effort. The people on Reddit as well, there's a lot of people that clearly have jobs that are quite high level in the DPO world. They've spoken to a lot of lawyers. So something quite reassuring when you have an idea and you post it onto something like that and you find a larger community of people who have been doing this for quite a long time, either correcting some of your views or supporting them. So Reddit, I think, has been the primary place what I found is the most useful. There's some Facebook groups, there's some quite a few of my just friends generally. Everyone is speaking to it in the marketing world, in the data science world. There's a lot of conversations going on about it. And then the ICO has actually been quite helpful, like just phoning up the ICO. We've got a whole bunch of people supporting smaller businesses and answering questions about that. Sometimes it's been not that great an experience speaking to them, and sometimes it's been absolutely fantastic. So I'd say ICO and Reddit have been the best places, not in real life, to find out more about GDPR outside of the Drupal community.
Excellent. And what would your advice be to individuals that might be worried about GDPR and its effects on their websites?
I think the best thing is to get behind a movement. So I think if there's more and more people involved in a GDPR project, like when cookies was a thing, if lots of people are interpreting the laws in a certain way, then you'll feel a lot safer if the auditors come and speak to you. I think also be very careful that I think GDPR at the moment, there's a lot of consultants out there, and a lot of people trying to make a lot of money from it, selling their expertise as we know everything about GDPR and we can solve all your problems for you, when really there won't be anyone out there that is truly a total expert on GDPR. We'll all find out much more after May the 25th. So I suppose my recommendation is do everything you can, get involved in movements bigger than just your organisation, and then after May the 25th, pay close attention to how the things develop, how other organisations implement GDPR, especially if fines start happening or when they start happening, seeing the areas that ICO care more about.
Great, thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you at a Drupal event again soon.
Cool, thanks.